right, so guys, one of the things that I want to kind of reiterate is that this is what I was asking you guys to do. So this was my original form, and this created that sort of addition to it that makes the V, okay? And notice that it's a pretty pronounced V to where, you know, if I put something here, there would be this notion of fit between this corner and whatever I was placing here, all right? For example, a canopy with buses. So I just want you guys to be aware that this is part of what I'm going to ask you guys to kind of pull together for homework, okay, is to do one of these. One of the things that I want you guys to do with this is to figure out how you can unroll it, okay, so that you can make it all as one sort of panel. The problem that you're going to find is that some things, if you unroll them, are going to overlap each other. Like, for example, imagine if I decided to cut this along here and here. Wouldn't this and this, when they laid down, wouldn't they overlap each other? That one would lay down and this one would cover it up. So that's not going to work. So you can either take this one and go down and take this one and go up, right, and bring this all the way over to this side. So you have to, part of what you guys are going to be asked to do with this for Monday of next week is going to be to come back with this sort of L-shaped piece, right, or this V-shaped piece, and I'm going to ask you guys to build it out of one piece, and so you have to figure out how to unfold it. Okay? Does that make sense? One other thing that I want you guys to do is I want there to be a pronounced V to it, and so I'm gonna request that the angles. All right, the ones you guys are working on right now, you weren't given any specific angles, but the one that you guys are the next one that you guys are going to produce, the next iteration, I'm going to ask you guys to use. Let me get out a triangle. So here's a 45-45 and a 30-60. Okay, so this is a 90. We don't want that. Okay. What we want to do is we want to create a line that goes out from this one that is going to be at a 45 degree. So in order to do that, let me draw this thing on the base here, for example. I think I'll use this piece for now. All right? So, and I think in order for the camera to see this, I've got to draw it in Sharpie, otherwise it won't see it. So let's say that this is the plan that I have. And this is the plan that I have before I added on to it. Okay? So that piece goes across like this. All right? So remember that's where we all started, about 45 by 28 approximately, with no 90-degree corners anywhere. So what I'm looking for is for you guys to essentially create an angle here that's going to be 45 degrees out of plane with this one. So that's a pretty substantial bend, right? So you can notice that what I'm doing is I'm taking this and I've got this line and I'm pushing this angle up against it in order to draw this other piece. Right? All right? So you're going to do a 45-degree angle here, and that 45-degree angle is measured right here. So let's see if we've got any quick math people here. So if that's 45, what's this angle? 135. Good. Thank you very much, Patrick. Okay? So either way you want to do it, that's what I want right there. Okay? So hopefully that doesn't cause confusion. All right, now let's go to the other side. Okay? So the other side kind of goes like this. And if I use the same 45-degree angle, right, it's not really going to work, right? It's getting thinner. So what I want to try to do is create an angle that is going to be I want to create an angle here that's going to be visible on this side. So it's not straight, but I need this to continue to taper. Okay, so the angle over here, I guess you guys are just going to have to kind of draw it by hand. So I don't want it to be dead straight, but I want it to be slightly off from it. Okay, and that's not going to work with a 30-60. There's no way that's going to work. Okay, so not going to work like that either. So pretty much you guys are just going to have to make sure that this edge here is at a 45, okay, and that this edge over in here is just a slight bend in it. Okay, any questions about that? No? Okay, so this is going to be one of your homework assignments. Okay, so we're going to call this the second iteration of the tapered form. Now, for this second iteration, okay, you're going to use about the same distances. So I'll give you a range for those distances that you can go out. All right. So I think you could probably kind of take them out about 24 to 30 feet. Okay. So about 24 feet to 30 feet ought to do it. And come up with another version of this. Okay? Any questions about that? So this is one of your homework assignments. When you come back, you should have two of these, right? So two different ones. And then you're going to pick one of those, and you're going to try and figure out how to unroll it so that it lays flat on an object. Let me demonstrate what I mean for that. So right now, if I was to cut these here and I laid both of these down, they're going to overlap. So I'll demonstrate that for you guys right now. Okay? So I'm going to take and undo these. I think some of you can picture what I'm talking about. Are you guys doing this yet in Rhino? Okay. You guys are still finishing up the collided forms?
Yeah.
Okay. How many minutes are we at?
8.
All right. I should be able to finish this pretty quick. All right. So there's that. Right? And I'll just go ahead and let that sort of flop over to the side. So if I unhinge these two, if I tape these two like that, they overlap. You see the overlap? So that's not going to work. Right? So what do? Well, one thing that I can do is to let this one go down, and instead of this one going down also, I can attach that to this. Now when this opens up, right, it works. So for example, I can take it off of here, right, and put it back over onto here, like that, and now when I unhinge this, now it all works. Okay? So this is your task. I want you guys to do this unhinging thing to the second version that you make, the one that's got the more articulated bends in it. Okay? So any questions on that for homework? No? All right. Good. Stop the video.